Yeah, I thought I'd give you my Royal Rumble um, predictions for the Sunday. Now, I know not everything's set in stone just yet, um, but because we still have the tapings for SmackDown tonight that will air on Thursday. But again, I thought I'd give you my predictions on the Royal Rumble, kind of how I see it being booked and fan-wise what I would like to see. Now, as far as the kickoff show goes, I think the six-man elimination match might be good. Hopefully they give him some time because it's basically a 1 hour kickoff show, I believe, or something like that. I think it's a 1 hour kickoff show or half-hour kickoff. I'm not really sure, but hopefully they give him some time to do what they have to in the ring. Because a lot of people say that the match they had on main event was good, so I'd have to say whatever they do tonight, I mean this Sunday, it's got to top that. It's got to top it, even if it's the kickoff show. So I look at a good match, and the way they get behind New Day, I have to go with New Day booking wise and as a fan. I mean, I like Cesaro, I like Rose, I like Kid. I think they have potential to be a great faction in a sense, but right now you got to go with New Day because they got something. I mean, why would you continuously push New Day if you didn't have something in store for them? You gotta have a reason. As far as the actual pay-per-view itself goes, the match I believe that's going to kick it off is going to be the Divas match between Paige, Natalya, and the Bellas. And booking wise, I think they're going to go with Paige and Natalya. I really do. I really see that because right now you don't want to further injure Nikki a little bit because of the hamstring she apparently has, hamstring injury. So I think they're going to give it to Natalya and Paige. I really do. Fan-wise, I would like to see the Bellas win. I mean, I love Paige. I love Natalya. I think they're great wrestlers. But right now, as a fan, you kind of want to see the Bellas win so they can get that heat built more, get that heat built on them, build on them more, and put on them more. Because apparently it seems to me that after what I saw last night on Raw, that part of this whole Bella reunion is about them going in a direction I think they were going in before with the Bellas, and that is these girls are the stars of Total Divas, and everybody else on Total Divas is insignificant. So if that's the direction they're going in, then I'm cool with that. At least it gives the Bellas and some of the Divas something to do. But like I said, I do see Natalya and Paige winning. And I see them winning due to the fact that it's not just going to win because of luck or, miscalculations or on the Bellas or anything like that. No. I see them winning because AJ's going to come back. AJ's going to come back. She's going to reestablish her feud with Nikki and with the Bellas herself. And right now, with Nikki and her hamstring injury, it's only going to make sense that when you have AJ come back, as much as people may or may not like it, AJ's going to end up becoming champion before it's all said and done, before we get to Mania. And if not, it will happen at Mania. Because I do see Nikki defending in a multi-diva match. Really do. As far as the other tag team match goes, Ascension against the New Age Outlaws. As far as last night goes, I look at it two ways. I look at it as, one, they buried this gimmick that they brought the Ascension up with, and two, it's giving the Ascension the rub. Because they see potential. They've seen what these guys can do in NXT. They see that potential. They just got to let them do it up on the main roster. And two, like I said, it buried the stupid gimmick they were brought up with, because I think in a sense Vince McMahon, along with Triple H's help and even Stephanie's help, realized this is not who the Ascension is. I gotta let them be as they were in NXT. And I think that's what we're gonna get at the Rumble. We're gonna see the Ascension show up as the Ascension we saw in NXT. I really do. I see the Ascension showing up as the Ascension we saw in NXT. I see them going over the Outlaws in what could be a good match. Because, like I said, why would you put the Ascension in a scenario like they did last night? Doesn't make any sense unless you're giving these guys the rub, and at the same time you're burying the stupid gimmick that was brought up with them. So, to me, that's what I see happening. I see the Ascension going over. It's a good booking idea to let them go over as the Ascension that was in NXT, and firmly rebooting them, and at the same time rebooting them and sending them straight for the tag team titles. Because if that's your goal, getting them a tag team title shot, maybe at Mania, and letting them be the Ascension they were, like I said, in NXT, it makes sense. And this is the only way to do it. As far as the triple threat match goes, this is kind of an up in the air deal, but booking wise, I just do not see Cena or Lesnar losing. I don't see any of them losing. Right? I see Seth Rollins losing. Booking wise, I see either Lesnar or Cena walking out with the championship. I don't see either one of them being pinned, but I see one of them walking out with the championship. Rollins, on the other hand, I do believe potentially is going to be a champion. I really do. I just don't see him being champion at this time and at this moment in time. I don't see it. I really don't. I mean, I do see him becoming WWE World Champion before the year's out, maybe in the summer, but I don't see it right now. I don't see it right now. I see them focused more on either Cena or Lesnar walking out with the championship, and one of them defending at Mania. That's what I see. Do I see maybe WWE throwing the curveball and maybe letting Seth walk out with the championship? Oh yeah, I see that coming. Because like I said one time in another video, the best scenario for them to do if they were to give Seth the championship going into Mania is they got to go with Reigns. That way you let this whole breakup of the Shield come full circle. But right now, the way they're booking Seth, the way they're making him look, yeah, it's making him look strong. It's making him look like he's worthy enough to be in the ring with a John Cena and especially with a Brock Lesnar. But I just don't see him walking out with the championship. I really don't. I don't see him walking out with the championship at the Rumble, and I don't see him cashing in successfully because of one reason. If he tries to cash in successfully, I think all of us pretty much knows he's going to get screwed over by Randy Orton. Because that's another program you got to have him finish off, is his program with Randy. And what I see happening with Seth is I see him basically going on a bit of a losing streak after it's all said and done, only to kind of turn it around, maybe go babyface, perhaps, not saying he will, but kind of turn it around, get back on that winning streak, and eventually become champion. That's what I see happening. I see them going in that direction. But I just don't see it right now. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I just don't see it right now. I don't see it. I see it more like what they're doing is they're booking him as a guy that's worthy of being in the main event, in a main event match with Lesnar and Cena. I do see that. But I see him also booking him as a cowardly, not just a cowardly heel, but as a guy that, when he doesn't have his help, ends up being nothing more than a jobber. Ends up being nothing more than someone that goes on a losing streak. So, to me, I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, I see him as a guy that, if he gets confronted all by himself, I mean, we saw it in a backstage segment last night on Raw, with someone like Lesnar. If he gets in a one-on-one confrontation with the guy, he's scared shitless. He's going to be a guy that's going to be looked at as being scared shitless. So, And obviously, maybe it'll be revealed that he can't really do anything without help because he's not used to facing guys bigger and stronger than he is. But again, that's just my opinion. But legitimately, I do not see him walking out with the championship, and I don't see him cashing in successfully. I see him going bankrupt. I really do. That's what I see. So I think honestly they're either going to go with Lesnar or Cena to win. If you're a kid, of course you want Cena to win, but if you're a legitimate fan, you want Lesnar to win. So to me, I don't care who wins because I think either one could be a good choice for the main event, whether you like it or not, to defend the title in the main event. That is. So booking wise, it's going to be Cena or Lesnar, just because of what I said and why Seth he will be champion, just not right now. As far as the Royal Rumble match goes, there's a lot of different deciding factors in that. Um, there are going to be some surprise appearances. DDP Dallas Page is being predicted to be one of the entrants. Bo Dallas is going to come back. Obviously, the Outlaws are going to be in there. Randy's going to be in there. Um, so you're probably going to get Kentai, Hideo Itami in there, possibly as a surprise entrant from NXT. Same with Adrian Neville. Um, you might get Flynn Blair, Prince Devitt in there. You'll probably get 3 or 4 people from NXT in there, maybe even Sami Zayn. But again, that's just my thoughts. I think you can get 3 or 4 people from NXT, mostly maybe some that I mentioned. Um, so you get some surprise entrants here and there. Uh, my thoughts, honestly, on the final 6 are going to be Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Rusev, and Wyatt. Those are the final 6. The final 5, you take Rusev out of the equation. There you go. Final 4, you take Rusev and Wyatt out of the equation. And yeah, you got Ziggler, you got Ambrose, you got Daniel Bryan, you got Reigns. And then your final 2, it's going to be Reigns and Bryan. And that's where it kind of gets a little unpredictable. So that, like the championship match, is going to be up in the air when it comes down to those 2. And again, it hinders on who they put over in the championship match, and that's going to decide who wins the Rumble. So again, that's just my thoughts and predictions on the Royal Rumble this Sunday. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. Tell me if you agree or not with what I had to say. And that's all I'm going to say for now. So thanks for watching.